think I'm a bit late to this party. Before I get started, I just want to say, for those of you who aren't subscribed, please consider subscribing. It really helped me out. I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and if you watch without subscribing, then it's kind of like, watching TV without a TV license, really. In the world of the internet, we have a story about Cosmo, and Cosmopolitan are always like stirring up some sort of societal issue. So for those of you that don't know, Cosmo recently released this cover for the latest magazine issue. And obviously a lot of people were like, well, Cosmopolitan are promoting obesity, blah, 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 blah. Because a couple of years ago, if you don't remember, they released this cover with the model Tess Holliday, which obviously caused a bunch of hubbub all over the internet. And I think because of that, people were so quick to label this as, Cosmopolitan are promoting obesity, which I don't think they were doing in the first cover with Tess Holliday anyway. But I mean, I think there was a debate to be had here, and I can understand why people would see it in that way. But in terms of this cover in particular, I think obviously we're living in a time now, we're living in a pandemic, and there have been numerous studies that show that being slightly overweight makes you more susceptible to COVID. So I think during these times, we should be promoting a healthier lifestyle. Even to promote masks, and you want to make sure people wear the mask, you want masks to be mandatory in places, then you should also be promoting healthier lifestyles. So exercising regularly and a much cleaner and healthier diet. A lot of people were so quick to label this as Cosmopolitan, once again promoting obesity, but I saw it a little differently. If you know me and you follow my blog or whatever, I mean, I don't know how many of you do that, but you know that when it comes to like the modeling industry, I'm a huge believer that there should be equal representation. And that's not just representation in terms of like ethnicity and racial diversity. I'm talking about representation and diversity in terms of like people's body sizes. I do really, really believe that we should be showing people of different body sizes, because obviously the world is made up of so many different people. We aren't all these skinny, well-built people. And I think you don't have to have those skinnier, smaller bodies to be deemed as like healthy. I think the average human doesn't have an amazing body. There should be kind of like a diversity in terms of showing people that do have different body sizes, slightly bigger people, slightly skinnier people. I think we should just have it all, really. It was actually like so nice to see like a normal looking person on the cover of a magazine. And when I saw the cover, I didn't immediately think, this person is unhealthy, this person's overweight. It was just nice to see someone who looked like they had a normal looking body. Like if I was to go on the street, those are the kind of people that I'll be seeing. Like you don't go down the street and see supermodels walking around everywhere. This cover, this shows a normal person. And yes, you may say, they're slightly overweight or whatever the case may be. I didn't necessarily think that, but okay, there may be a case to say that this person may be slightly bigger or slightly overweight. That is fine. I don't know how much they weigh or whatever, but I don't really care, to be honest. You may want to argue that. If you do believe that, then I think there's a huge point to be made here. You're saying that this person is slightly overweight or slightly bigger than your average human, but they're on the cover doing exercise. So in my mind, if you are going to have a slightly overweight person on a cover of a magazine, then isn't it good that that person is doing exercise and promoting like a healthier lifestyle? Like it would be a different case if you had a slightly bigger person like scoffing a Big Mac, And I get it. Maybe the problem isn't that there's a slightly bigger person on the cover. Maybe the problem is that it says this is healthy. And I think this can be read in like a lot of different ways. When I see that, I just think that, person exercising is healthy. And I mean, exercising doesn't become more or less healthy depending on the size you are, right? Like a bigger person exercising is just as healthy as like a smaller person exercising. I don't think when they say this is healthy, that was them saying, being overweight or being obese is healthy. Like, I think it is intellectually dishonest for people to kind of say that being obese is healthy. I think we all know that an ideal weight or an ideal size to be isn't obese. Like, people don't need to be told that. Like, we all kind of know that. But people are arguing that the timing is poor, because as I said at the beginning, people who are overweight are much more susceptible to COVID. So maybe it wasn't the right time for Cosmopolitan to be putting out something like this. But when is it ever a good time for body positivity, you know. And I think if you are going to promote body positivity, then you can't pick and choose what kind of body you show. You know, like there are people who are slightly overweight out there, people who are slightly underweight out there, and I think are all in need of some sort of like body positivity image, you know. If we are going to have a conversation about it, if we are going to promote those ideas, then I don't think it's a bad thing to have a slightly bigger person on the cover, you know. And there's so many reasons why somebody may be carrying an extra weight. I don't think we should be so quick to judge people on what they look like, which includes like how much they weigh. But yeah, if we're gonna have a real honest conversation about it, then we need to be showing people of all sizes, because we are all in need of some kind of body positivity. And these people could be living in your homes, they could be living in our communities, and sometimes they can be living on the cover of magazines. If you don't want to see it, then put it down. Let's not always equate seeing obese or bigger people in media to promoting obesity. They don't go hand in hand. But honestly, I'm just waiting to see more plus size and bigger men on the cover of magazines, to be honest. I think it's a necessary conversation, but there are a lot of people who are quick to jump the gun without actually looking at the nuance in the situation. And for someone who has my own issues with kind of like self-image and body confidence, like I think it's an issue that is close to my heart, should I say. Let me know what you think. If you want to like, if you want to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.